Welcome to the Mouse Ears Adventures channel. Today we want to provide and highlight some information on the South Eleuthera Eco and Historical Tour that is available on sailings to Lighthouse Point at Lokai Cay. On this excursion that you can book directly through Disney Cruise Line, you venture by vehicle to several locations throughout the island. As you travel, your guide provides historical information on the settlement of the island, as well as resources that locals still use today. On our tour, our first stop was to the ruins of an old church, where we learned about the history of slavery and religion on the island. We then ventured on to the Ocean Hole, once explored by the great explorer Jacques Cousteau. A short ride later, we now venture to view the Boiling Hole and the Cathedral Caves. All the while, the historical and social relevances of these locations are provided to you by your tour guide. Now, let's get into some action on this tour. So, here we are. We are at the Gathering Tree, which is right at the Gombe tram station. Ready to get on to our tour.
Let us out.
Looking forward to it. Here we go.
Don't do anything with the property, and anyone in the family can take it and use it. Now I'll have to drive really slow so I can see the beginning of the plantation, right? Yeah, guys. If you look on your right, let me go up a little, you'll see that it says Miller's Plantation. So the Miller's Plantation themselves was a property that goes all the way up. There's a very big hill, and then there's this very tall two-story house. And Miller used to live inside the two-story house, and then around and around the property there are a bunch of buildings that are built like this. And the buildings are really kind of just how the buildings look. They just didn't have a roof. They had a roof, but they just don't have any right now. And the roof was made from top tree. I don't know if you guys know what's top. Anyone know what's top? No? Alright, the top is actually what you guys probably call palm. So we call it thatch top. We call it top, we call it thatch, that's flat straw. So we use that to thatch our make straw hats and straw baskets and so forth. Now, however, there's a very beautiful beach that is in the back here, but we won't be able to visit that. So I myself have to turn around right here and let me message my trustee so I don't want to come this way.
Alright, here we are on the first stop.
I am here. However, we have lots and lots of audio system. I myself never get my audio system right. Let's see if this will work. Testing.
Okay. Oh, perfect. Everybody can hear me. I hate these things. These things make my voice sound weird. Oh, I just probably don't like my voice. But right here is the church. This church was built in the late 1800s. Like I said, the slaves themselves built this church because they came here to worship. Well, they were taken here, but let's not get into that. And they used this church to do their worshiping. And over here on your right, you will see that this is where the priests used to live. And we use this church here as locals because lots and lots of crab come here. But the crab only comes inside of the rainy season, which should be still in the rainy season, but this is the Bahamas. And this is Eleuthera, and Eleuthera has 2 months of rain, which is June and July, but in June you get very little rain, and in July you get lots and lots of rain. And then that's what happened when you get a lot of rain and the hurricane. That's how hurricane forms, and that's how hurricane can't come over here. But you guys can come inside the church. I have something really special to show you guys. Have anybody ever saw voodoo before in their life? No one? Black magic. It's called black magic. You Never saw it in person. Never saw it in person. Well,
Never saw it in person, but I've seen it in Princess Frog.
I'm 150% sure. Locals, there's a lot of locals that use voodoo, black magic, obeah, whatever we want to call it. And a lot of locals used it. My Grammy used it, so I don't have anything against it. But they come to church and graveyards and they does funny things. Now, I've seen, we have kids, so let's not talk about it. But if you guys come, I don't want anyone touching the walls that are shells or whatever that is in there. I just want you to take a picture if you want.
So, do you have your phone? Can you take some pictures in here for me, please? I left mine in my bag too.
And right here is where they did the baptism. It's a very, very small zinc, guys. A very, very little, small little something. But this is where they do the baptism over here. And now I say, if you guys come a little earlier when it rained, what happened is you'll see crabs on the wall. Crabs will be under your feet, and if you walk here, crabs will be in your pocket. You cannot avoid crabs, but however, the crabs are not, they don't bite, but they do snip you, so you have to be very, very careful. Anyone wants to take a picture on the outside of the church, inside of the church, near this funny looking cross thing here, I'm also welcome to help you guys. Isn't this a beautiful place?
The history of this location. The stories that these walls could tell. So far, this has been a wonderful, wonderful excursion.
So all of these hurricanes, and we only have hurricanes over here. So let no one tell you we have stuff on you. We have one tornado I can remember in Grand Bahama, which I call that a little spitting thing. It wasn't that bad. And the structure is still here. The roof is gone. Well, the roof had to go on because of action. We live on the side of salt water. Salt water don't take the roofs. We stopped using this church when slavery was abolished. So that's when the church, because everybody started to build their own church, and then because they didn't want to stay down here because of what they did down here, they started to build other settlements. But some people stayed, but then this church went down. Okay, perfect. All right, everybody's going back on the shuttle? Okay, perfect. Be very careful. This is dial to window, okay? All right, dial to window. Just give me a second.
All right, folks. Here we are on our second stop, the Ocean Hole. A great little location, little poochie down here.
Gather around. I'm coming. My apologies. I had to do some housekeeping with your trusty driver and tour expert, Jarvis. Right here, folks. Let's go right here, right underneath this nice diamond tree. This diamond tree, as you know, tamarind is from India. They always like, how did tamarind get here, Jerry? Come on in. Everyone be careful. Watch your step. This is the diamond tree. Welcome to the Ocean Hole. Come South Eleuthera, currently in Rock Sound. And you were like, why are we in Rock Sound? We were in Rock Sound to see this beautiful ocean hole. This ocean hole was explored by Jacques Cousteau. Anyone know who Jacques Cousteau is? Yes, the famous explorer. Yeah, so Jacques Cousteau would have explored this blue hole here. And of course, this blue hole is connected to the ocean. The water here is fresh water and salt water, seawater. And hence we call it brackish water. That's why you see that color right there. Now, in this ocean hole roughly was formed about 300,000 years ago. None of us was around, not even some of our great-great-parents was not around. I can't show you the
Alright, right now we are just leaving the hole that Jacques Cousteau had discovered. And we are heading to a cave to check out some bats. Like I said, there's a lot of driving on this South Eleuthera Eco and Historical Tour, but we're really enjoying it. Really, really enjoying it. We're here at a little rest stop area so everybody can get a little relief. And we walked across the street. What a beautiful location. Again, this tour has been wonderful so far. Jarvis was our tour guide, and he has been absolutely fabulous on showing us so many great things here on the southern part of the island of Eleuthera. I could see Jack Sparrow sailing in here with the black pearl. Look how beautiful. Yes, they drive left-hand drive cars, but drive on the left side of the road. Alright, Cathedral Caves and the Boiling Hole. Look at these steps. One of the things you need to make sure that you're willing to handle and you wear proper shoes for on this tour.
Can't take pictures here, but this cave right here, this isn't a part of the Cathedral Caves. Everybody can see this cave, right? This cave right here is very important to us because I have an older cousin, very older cousin. He's about 76 now, and when he was younger, about 40 years ago, when he's in his 30s, and he stole $250,000 in cash. And for us, Eleutherians, $250,000. Remember, we don't pay taxes on anything at that time, and everything was so dirt cheap. He's hid in this cave for 5 days. Now, in here inside Eleuthera, if you don't commit a serious crime, and a serious crime is actually just you don't murder. As long as you don't murder anyone or you don't kill anyone, you will be off the hook. So the police was looking for him for 5 days. They didn't find him, so they just got out because he skipped the island. On the 5th day, jumped on the dock and
think I found my retirement island.
being held accountable. And I think that's something the government needs to check upon, but you guys have nothing to worry about because Eleuthera people love tourists.
Again, folks, this is some rough terrain here, and I really would recommend good tennis shoes, walking shoes for this. Definitely sunscreen, and of course, you're in the woods now, somewhat, bug spray. Make sure you pack it, because if you buy it, it's 3 times the price on the boat. Look how beautiful this is. Boiling point, or boiling hole. Look how beautiful this is, folks. Masters Adventures, an exclusive tour here at the South Eleuthera Eco and Historical Tour. So let me go get cut back up. We're going to go ahead and head to the caves to check out the bats.
That tree is also, the bark of that tree also is used for medicine, medicinal purposes.
Wow. So as you can see on this tour, some pretty steep steps. A little bit of a climb to get down in here. Make sure you're ready and prepared to do this excursion if you decide. Love seeing the tree grow up out through that hole. According to our tour guide, this cave is used for shelter during hurricane season. They'll bring livestock down here to help protect them. Absolutely amazing. By far, this is probably my favorite part of the excursion. bottom of this cave and up and out of that hole. How wonderful is that? Right up here, we got a pot of bats. Oh, there's some more. And those look like they're the big bats right there. Getting a little bit of a private showing here. Right.
Here's what I'm saying, like when I say there's a lot of crawl spaces, and you can come over a little more. So you can see it.
Wow.
Yeah, so there's a lot of crawl spaces.
That is amazing.
Yeah, if I had a next guide, I would have taken some of you guys, but
Right.
if I got a few of you guys, it'll take about, I would say about 25 minutes. But if I have a whole crew,
Right.
it takes more.
Wow. We just finished exploring that wonderful cavern on this tour. Excuse me, a little out of breath. Jarvis, our tour guide, snuck us over and showed us another little crawl space area that if he had a second tour guide, he said he would have taken us. Definitely coming back and doing this tour so I can try and get down into that other crawl area just to check it out. Our excursion ends with the drive back to Lighthouse Point. Thank you so much for watching and hope our video helps your excursion plans. Please like and subscribe so we can continue to bring you quality content.